Yun. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome po sa ating 11th session or 11th episode ng OFESidehustle. And para po sa mga first-timer, ano ba ang meron sa OFESidehustle? It's just simply sharing our knowledge, abilities, experiences, and expertise para makatulong po sa ibang tao. At wala pong bayad. Kaya, guys, I encourage you to like, follow, and i-share din po natin sa ating mga kaibigan at mga mahal sa buhay. And I'm sure na makakatulong talaga ito sa ating lahat. Kaya, by the way, I'm your host. I'm Limitless Sean. Eh, pwede nyo rin i-follow ang page ko. Pero mas i-follow po natin, unahin natin, itong Overseas Filipino Entrepreneurs. Kaya napakalaking tulong sa akin at sa maraming, hindi lang sa OFW, pati sa mga pamilya nila at kaibigan. And meron din po tayong OFE Investing and Business Community na kung saan sineshare po, pwede po tayong mag-share ng ating inspirational message, pwedeng mag-share ng mga something na makakatulong sa ibang tao, like mga magandang investment, and marami pa. Feel free. Yan. Kaya i-like po natin, i-follow po natin ito. And ayoko nang patagalin pa, guys. Gusto kong makita nyo na ang ating napakagaling na speaker ngayon. Grabe. Nakausap ko siya. Grabe yung laman. Gusto kong kunin yung utak tapos ilagay sa akin. So, isa lang naman siyang international host and a member of Toastmaster New York. Okay, mag-alala. Sabi ko mag-Tagalog kasi kawawa yung host. Guys, please welcome Mr. Alex. Hello, Alex. Kumusta?
Thank you. Maraming salamat po, Limitless Sean, sa invite. Natawa naman ako sa intro mo. No, sa'yo na. Ako lang naman to. Okay? Pero actually, ang gagawin natin, hindi ko lang isi-share sa'yo kung ano man yung laman ng utak na to, pero isi-share natin sa lahat. Lalo na sa mga nangangailangan ng stress management. Okay. So, actually, para kay Sean talaga to eh. Special request ni Sean. Okay. So, quick acknowledgement lang. No, gusto kong i-honor once again, itong si Limitless Sean. Nakausap ko siya. Isa rin malupit, magaling na host at speaker. Nagpapasalamat din ako sa OFE, Overseas Filipino Entrepreneurs, sa mga founders. Special shoutout kay Shida. And also sa friend ko na si Roma Miklat, yung nagbigay sa akin ng idea na, magsalita ka rin sa OFE. Malay mo, baka i-accept ka nila. And now, nandito tayo. Okay, of course, maraming salamat din po sa audience members natin. Okay, kayo ang importante. Ayan. Oh, may nagko-comment na pala. Okay.
Good evening. Founder po siya ng OFE lang naman.
Hello, Jan. Maraming salamat for having me over. Okay, salamat po. Sa lahat po ng audience na nanonood, nakikinig, make sure mag-comment naman kayo. Shout out nyo kami ni Sean or comment nyo kung saan kayo nanonood ngayon. Yes. Para alam namin kung sino yung nanonood. Nakikita namin yung comments diba Sean? Nakikita natin. Yes. Pwede natin ilabas. Also, itong talk ko, sobrang interactive nito. Hindi lang yung basta-basta makikinig tayo. And i-explain ko mamaya kung bakit ganun. So, I would love to see mga comments kung saan kayo nakikinig, saan kayo nanonood. Also, kung ano yung magiging engagements natin later on. Highly interactive ito. Once again, mag-participate tayo. Okay? Happy Pride Month pala sa lahat.
Yes,
Happy Pride Month, everybody. Thank you.
Batiin natin itong isa pang founder natin ng OFE.
Sure.
Si Ninong Carl. Ninong Carl.
Hello, Carl. Sana ma-meet ko kayo.
Puntahan mo sila sa Singapore.
Nasa Singapore ba? Okay. Hopefully, okay lang lahat dyan. I believe itong OFE, truly international yung audience. Kaya gusto sana malaman kung saan ba kayo nanonood, saan ba kayo nakikinig para at least malaman namin. Kami ni Sean, obviously nasa Philippines kami. Although ako nasa greater city of Manila. Si Sean, saan ka nga ba, bro?
Batangas, bro. Alam mo na.
Ayan. Yeah. Okay. So, ang kinagandahan actually netong, well, ang silver lining, at least para sa akin, netong COVID-19 is it helped us connect with each other. Technically, hindi naman tayo nagsa-social distancing. Physically distance, tama, but not socially. Tingnan mo, nag-meet tuloy kami ni Bro Sean, all the way from Batangas. Okay, I'm very grateful.
Uh,
Maraming
yes, I
salamat.
agree sa'yo na global talaga itong OFE. That's why nandito ka, international. Pang international level, di ba?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Medyo masusubukan lang yung Tagalog language skills ko. No, actually, hindi talaga
Gusto ko
ako
yan.
nakakapag-present full-on Tagalog. Ang
Di
primary
ba?
language ko talaga is English. Filipino-American pala ako, sa mga hindi
Yes.
nakakaalam. Oo, so lumaki ako sa New York City, and then nag-move ako dito with my father, kailan ba? I think mga 12, 13 years ago na. So, konting background lang din sa akin. Also, ano pa bang hindi na-explain ni Sean kanina? Yes, I am a member of New York Toastmasters. Virtually ako, nag-join, gumigising ako ng 6:30 ng umaga every Tuesday para mag-join ng Toastmaster club na yun. And sa totoo lang, ibibigay ko sa kanila lahat ng credit when it comes to my speaking skills and all of that. Bukod po doon, isa akong entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur dito sa Philippines. Meron akong 3 negosyo na hina-handle at the same time. Okay? Isa po
Wow.
doon is yung consulting business ko. Ang pangalan po noon is I Influence Institute. At ang focus po namin dyan is stress management. Okay? So, I founded yung company na I Influence Institute, 2021. So, almost 5 years ago na. Okay? So, 5 years ago ko na siya tinuturo. At may backstory pa yon. Ikikwento ko mamaya. Okay? Yung pangalawa po is...
Excited na.
Yeah, for sure. Yung pangalawa po is NYC Manila Speaker Summit. So, virtual conference yon na organized both sa New York, kaya na NYC, and also Manila dito. Meron kaming event this July. I-promote din natin yan later on. At ang pinaka siguro passionate na business na nire-run ko ngayon is with my fiance. So shout out sa fiance kong si M. Villanueva. Wala siya dito actually kung nakikinig siya. Love you so much. Thank you for your support. Yung podcast namin na hino-host ni M. Villanueva is called Stories After Swipe Right. So tungkol naman yun sa online dating at relationships. Nag-meet kasi kami ni M sa isang online dating app. So actually kaya ko rin magbigay ng mga love life advice. Ayun na pala siya. Hello,
Wow.
love you too.
Hello,
okay. All right. So pag-uusapan natin 'yan mamaya. Okay. Pero for now, focus muna tayo sa stress and adversity management. No, ito na yung pinaka hinihintay ni Bro Sean. Okay. Usapang stress management muna tayo. Okay, dun muna tayo mag-focus. And
Alex, alam
once
mo ba
again,
sorry Alex Just
go lang.
Sorry, interrupt na kita. Kaya nakikita ko talaga sobrang laki ng matutulong ito kasi nasa pandemic era tayo. Tapos hindi lang 'yun ang problema, madaming nawalan ng trabaho, madami ring napauwing OFW, madaming naluging negosyo. 'Di ba? Ang dami pang hindi natin alam ng problema. Sa agriculture, ang dami ding nalugi. Yung ASF, 'di ba? Ang dami. Kaya kailangan talaga namin 'yan eh. Huwag mo nang patagalin. Simulan mo na.
For sure. At lalo na itong COVID-19, ang dami niyang dinala ng mental health issues para sa atin lahat. So hopefully na-excite ko kayo. Paano ba, Bro Sean? Meron akong more or less 1 hour, no? Sige, tingnan natin kung ano yung mga mabibigay ko sa inyo na technique. No? Siguro, set ko lang din ng konting expectations kung saan man kayo nanonood, whether it's on your laptop or on your mobile phone. Siguro maganda na mag-prepare tayo ng notebook and pen kasi yung slides na ipapakita ko, hindi ganun karami at sobrang konti lang ng laman, hindi talaga ako gumagamit ng slides. At pakisulat na rin po yung mga questions nila. Pwede kayong magtanong sa amin, i-comment nyo lang kung ano yung mga tanong ninyo, lalo na if it has to do with stress. Okay? Kasi ang goal natin dito is to help everyone manage their stress. Disclaimer po, hindi mawawala yung stress ha. So magsimula na tayo sa disclaimer. Hindi po mawawala yung stress. Okay? Pero tutulungan ko kayo kung paano i-manage at i-navigate yon. Kaya welcome po sa lahat sa Unbeatable Mind, growing through stress and adversity dito sa New Normal. Okay, so simulan natin. Bro Sean, engage mo rin naman ako dito. Number one, define muna natin yung stress, no? Kasi alam ko para sa lahat, iba yung meaning ng stress para sa lahat eh. Meron akong naramdaman na stress, pero hindi ko naman masasabi na yung naramdaman kong stress is naramdaman mo rin or naramdaman ng iba pang nakikinig or nanonood sa atin ngayon. Kaya siguro ikaw muna, Bro Sean, yung itatanong ko, no? Ang stress, pag sinabi ko yung word na stress, ano ba yung unang naiisip mo?
Ako, ang una ko naiisip is pag hindi nangyayari sa mga yung mga plans ko hindi nangyayari. Tapos yung mga in-expect ko, hindi ko nakuha. And ayun, kagaya nun, yung sample, nawala na ka ng trabaho or may nalugi kang negosyo. So, yun yung mga bagay na feeling ko talaga na isa sa mga cost. At the same time, yun nga, yung definition ng stress, pag hindi ko nakuha yung gusto ko, yung in-expect ko, yung plano ko. Yan.
So, Bro Sean, mag-agree ba tayo na medyo nasa negative part tayo ng definition na yan? Ibig sabihin, pag nakaramdam tayo ng stress, medyo ang sakit, nakaka-drain, nakakapagod. Parang ganun ba? Yes. Nandun ba tayo sa feelings na yon? Okay, sa mga nag-agree kay Bro Sean, hopefully, mag-comment din kayo kung ano ba yung nararamdaman nyo when it comes to stress. Okay? What is it? Ano ba yung stress para sa inyo? Ano ba yung meaning ng stress? So, wala tayong universal definition dito. Okay? Very important yun. Alright. So, before I begin to share any slides, sisimulan ko muna sa meaning ko when it comes to stress. Baka magulat kayo. Pero, pag nakakaramdaman ako ng stress or pag alam mo yun, nakakita ako ng stress sa iba or even when I just see the word stress or read the word stress, ang unang lumalabas sa utak ko, in my mind, yung unang trigger ko is, and hopefully sinusulat nyo to, alright? Ang unang trigger ko is, what can I learn from this? Ulitin ko po, ang unang trigger ko pagdating sa stress is, ano bang matututunan ko dito? Okay? Ngayon, bakit po stress management? Okay, so importante ito. Bakit importante siya na matutunan natin? Okay, so Bro Sean, kita ba natin yung slide? Ayan. Okay, yes. So bakit stress management? May konting data tayo dito na i-share natin sa lahat. So number one, what is the leading cause of death for men under the age of 40? Okay, it happens to be yung suicide. So most of the time, what causes people to commit suicide? Alam kong medyo morbid yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Pero it's very important na we lay out lahat ng facts. Okay? Pangalawa, leading cause ng death in the world is heart disease. Ano naman yung masasabi nating major contributor ng heart disease? Pangatlo rin po, okay, 2016, may study from Gallup, and what they learned was they found 86% ng lahat ng tao, they admit to being unhappy. 86%. Mas lalo na ngayon sa 2021, no? With the pandemic, COVID-19 going on around the world. So, ano ba yung leading cause ng mga to? Okay, suicide, heart disease, and unhappiness. You guessed it, everyone. It's most of the time, it is stress. Okay? Stress pagdating sa work, stress pagdating sa relationships natin, stress pagdating sa personal life, and mga mga consequences that happens after stress. For example, I'm talking about anxiety. I'm also talking about depression. Yan. Alam kong very sensitive topic yung mga yan, especially mental health and all of that. But that's what I'm here for. Gusto ko kayong tulungan i-navigate yung area ng stress. Kasi halos hindi ito tinuturo sa school eh. Okay? And you have to learn the hard way in life. Okay? And I'm here to help everyone discover mga shortcuts na pwede nilang i-take pagdating sa stress management. Okay, so magsa-stop share muna ako and mag-focus muna tayo sa sasabihin ko. Once again, konti lang yung slides ko, so I urge everyone to continue to focus on this video, continue to comment, participate, and interact with me din. Okay? Kasi hindi talaga ako gumagamit ng slides, so ikwento ko sa inyo lahat ng mga techniques na makakatulong sa inyo when it comes to stress management, and also sa mga hindi makapanood ng live, hopefully you could catch then the recording. Alright, so simula tayo sa number one thing when it comes to stress. Na-define naman na siguro natin kung ano yung stress, di ba? So sabi ni Bro Sean, yung when things don't go his way, nasa stress siya. Sa akin naman, what can we learn from this? So ang automatic behavior ko or trigger ko when it comes to stress is nagtatanong ako, ano bang matututunan ko rito? Okay? Hopefully, naisulat nyo rin kung ano yung definition nyo sa stress kasi yun yung magiging foundation or basis natin ng lahat ng technique na ituturo ko po sa inyo. Okay? And the first thing I want to talk about is, so na-define na natin yung stress. Okay? Ngayon, identify natin kung ano yung nararamdaman natin pag nasa stress tayo. Ibig sabihin ko, anong nararamdaman natin physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually pa nga eh. Okay? Meron tayong tinatawag na spiritual fatigue. Sa physical naman, if I can make it relevant sa times natin ngayon, no, meron din tayong tinatawag na Zoom fatigue. Okay? Or I guess in this case, StreamYard fatigue. Okay? Ako, nakakailang meeting ako araw-araw until Sunday. Okay? Ang dami kong work. Kaya pag hindi ko manage yung stress ko, ma-overwhelm talaga ako. So, kung sino man nakakaramdam ng Zoom or virtual fatigue, it's important na ma-identify natin na, okay, naramdaman ko ito and ito yung nangyayari sa akin pag naramdaman ko. Anong nangyayari sa katawan mo? Okay? Do you feel extra tired? Nagkakasakit ka ba? Okay, anong nangyayari sa'yo? Lalo na ngayon, mahirap magkasakit. Okay? Did you guys know kung stress kayo, bumababa yung immune system nyo? So, in case anyone missed it, no, we're going through a pandemic. We cannot afford to have a low immune system. So, that's also one direct consequence of being stressed. Mentally naman, ano nangyayari? So, meron din tayong tinatawag na mental fatigue. Okay? Yung kahit yung katawan mo hindi pagod, pero pagod ka dito. And sobrang hirap nun kasi tendency mangyari is may mental block ka, pag may importante kang meeting, presentation, o kailangan gawin sa work, ang hirap mag-focus kasi distracted ka lagi. Okay? And to be distracted now, it's very difficult. Lalo na sa mga OFE dyan, marami ngayon nag-transition na sa remote work. And for anyone who actually doesn't know, remote work is harder than physical work. Mas nakakapagod siya. For some reason, akala ng mga boss or ng mga leaders for the companies, they can continue asking everyone to work. Okay? Kasi alam nilang nasa bahay lang sila. Alright? Kaya mas mahirap pa actually itong remote work setup natin. And then meron din tayong tinatawag na emotional fatigue. Anong how do you feel deep inside when you're stressed? Okay? Meron bang sadness na nagsusurface? Meron bang konting paranoia na nagsusurface? Nahihirapan ka ba maging masaya? Nahihirapan ka bang ngumiti? Ano yung nangyayari? Emotionally. Okay? So, the first thing I'm gonna teach everyone is define stress. And pangalawa, identify what happens to you when you're stressed. I hope you're writing this down, okay? Konti na lang yung pag-uusapan natin. I hope you're writing this down. All right? Ano yung nararamdaman mo? All right, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Sa totoo lang, pag stress tayo, Okay? Ang hirap spiritually din. Why? Because we lose hope, we lose inspiration, and we become demotivated. Nawawala, nagdi-diminish yung passion natin. Nawawala yung passion natin. Alam mo yun, when we do certain things that we love, bigla tayong tinatamad, bigla tayong nawawalan ng spark for life or the things that we love to do or what we're passionate about. Okay, so if we don't manage our stress, sobrang sama. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. Kaya, ang ituturo ko po sa inyo how to navigate that area of your life and how to manage it rather. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang stress, it's part of everyday life. That's the first thing we need to accept. Stress is part of everyday life. Ang daming tao, naririnig ko or nagpi-PM sa akin, Alex, ano ba yung kailangan kong gawin para mawala yung stress ko sa buhay? The first thing I tell them, imposible yan. Sobrang imposible yung goal mo na yan. Why? Because stress is just part of life. Okay? And if we don't manage it, if lagi natin dinideflect, ina-avoid, hindi natin ini-engage, ini-ignore lang natin yung stress, or hinahayaan natin ma-overwhelm tayo, ma-overpower tayo ng stress natin, hindi tayo mag-grow. Okay? Kaya, kung babalik tayo sa sinabi ko kanina, stress, what can I learn from this? Okay? What can I learn from this? Etong nararamdaman mo na stress, may tinuturo yan sa'yo eh. Lalo na kung yung nararamdaman mo particularly na stress is something that you feel every single day. Same stress every single day. Di nyo ba naisip na tanongin, okay, baka may tinuturo sa akin yung stress na to. Araw-araw ko siya nararamdaman eh. The same stress. Bakit kaya? What can I do about it now? Alright? So, eto na po yung mga techniques. Okay? Number 1, please write this down. Magkakaroon ako ng summary slide later on, pero hopefully you can write this down for now. Okay? Once again, focus po kayo sa akin. No need to focus on any slides right now. Focus on me and focus on writing down notes. Pero may summary slide pa rin tayo later on. Okay, so technique number 1, create a healthy relationship with stress. So tanong ko po sa inyo, na-define na natin yung stress, na-identify na natin kung anong nangyayari sa atin physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Ngayon, how can I create a better relationship with stress? Or what is my current relationship with stress? Natanong natin si Bro Sean kanina. Okay, tinanong ko siya kung ano ba yung definition niya ng stress, na-identify niya, at shinare niya sa lahat. And kung naalala niyo po, natanong ko rin, is what your definition of stress, is it more on the negative side? And he agreed yes. Can anyone else relate to Sean? Okay, medyo nasa negative side ba yung relationship natin with stress? Okay, if it is, okay lang. Ang importante is na-identify nyo na nasa negative side. Kung nasa positive side, great, makinig pa rin kayo as there are more techniques that I will teach. Pero ang kausap ko ngayon is kung nasa negative side yung relationship na yun. Okay? Gusto kong malaman nyo po na you are completely in control with your relationship when it comes to stress. Once again, you are completely in control of your relationship when it comes to stress. Gusto ko kayong i-empower. Okay? Ang dami kasing nagsasabi na, and what, disclaimer, while it is true, okay, maraming bagay sa mundo na hindi natin nakokontrol. Right? Tulad ng, like, COVID-19. Hindi naman natin in-expect yan. More or less, hindi rin natin nakokontrol. Yung gobyerno, hindi natin nakokontrol. Yung opinion ng iba, hindi natin nakakontrol. Ibang tao, hindi natin nakakontrol. Ang fully na may control lang tayo, 120% is, guess what? Yung sarili natin. And yung mindset. Okay? So, what is our relationship with stress? How can we better have self-control? How can we control ourselves better pagdating sa stress? That's how you create a healthy relationship with it. Okay? Bibigyan ko kayo ng perfect example. Okay, ang example natin is when the pandemic hit. Was it last year? April 2020 last year. And then may nauso na word. In fact, kasama nga siya sa title ng talk ko. Okay? Those two words are called new normal. Okay? Ngayon, ayan, Unbeatable Mind, growing through stress and adversity in the new normal. Salamat sa pag-share po sa screen. Okay, ano ba yung naiisip niyo when it comes to the new normal? Kasi kadalasan ang naiisip ng mga tao sa new normal, okay, hindi ko gusto itong new normal na to. Okay, sana bumalik na lang tayo sa dati. Sana bumalik na lang tayo sa dati. Alright? The truth is, hindi na tayo fully makakabalik sa dati. Kasi kailangan natin tanggapin na itong new normal, itong pandemic, binago tayo nito eh. It literally changed us. Outside being na, oh man, ang sobrang laki ng tinaba ko ngayong pandemic. I probably gained 10 to 15 pounds. So, sa mga nakaka-relate, mag-comment naman dyan para hindi na ako nag-iisa. Okay? It definitely changed me outside in terms of physically, my weight. Internal, it changed me din. Okay? Kasi, sobrang, once again, nakakadala eh, yung itong new normal eh. Ang daming mental health issues na dumating because of the pandemic. Okay? So, if you don't create a healthy relationship with the new normal or stress, you're going to have a difficult time navigating it. Okay? Once again, kung di tayo gumawa ng healthy relationship when it comes to stress, mahihirapan po tayo i-navigate or i-manage kung ano man yung stressors na naramdaman natin. Okay? Create a healthy relationship with it. How? Okay? So here we go. Diba? My definition of stress is what can I learn from this? So what I learned from that is creating a healthy relationship with stress means asking yourself 3 questions. Okay? Isa na yung what can I learn from this? Ano ba yung matututunan ko rito sa stress na to? Or pwede rin, what is the stress trying to teach me? Okay? And then the number 2, what's positive about this situation? Ano bang positive sa sitwasyon na to? Okay, alam kong masama yung nangyayari, yung scenario masama, wala akong control. Masama. Pero definitely, there's something positive going on in my life right now. Nahihirapan lang ako i-direct yung focus ko doon. So ano ba yung positive na yun para magbago yung focus ko? It's super important to learn how to change focus, lalo na kung kailangan. Okay? And then number 3, and this is my personal favorite question. It is, ano ba yung nakakatawa dito? Okay? Laughter is one of the greatest medicines in the entire planet. All right? And it's important to learn how to find laughter in a difficult situation. All right? Once you do, you'll be able to thread carefully. And also, pag nakahanap tayo ng laughter or at least something to smile about, bababa automatic yung stress levels natin. Why? Kasi physically, pag nangiti tayo, it brings out a brain chemical called dopamine. Okay? Ibang topic yun altogether, but what you can do is quickly Google up what dopamine is. If I can quickly expound on it lang, dopamine, feel-good chemical yan. Okay? And if you can find a way to smile, i-release ng brain mo yung chemical na dopamine at bababa yung stress level. So, quick summary, once again, how to create a healthy relationship with stress. Once again, there's no slide for this, so I hope you guys have been writing it down and focusing and paying attention sa video natin na ito. All right, number 1 is, what can I learn from this? Ano ba yung matututunan ko rito? Number 2, ano ba yung positive sa sitwasyon na to? All right, and then number 3, what can I smile about in this situation? Where can I direct my focus para makahanap ako ng reason para ngumiti? And you owe that to yourself. You owe that to yourself to learn to be happy, especially sa mahirap na sitwasyon or what most people will call adversity. Okay? So, 2 birds we're working on here. Stress at adversity. Adversity naman is kung ano man yung nadadaanan natin na obstacles, challenges, or hirap pagdating sa life. Okay? So, magpo-pause muna ako sa technique number 2 dahil may mga nagtatanong sa comments. Okay? Ano muna natin? Yan, bro Sean, sakto, lumabas ka. Okay, go.
Paano ba ma-differentiate ang good and bad stress?
Good question. Okay. Bad stress is stress that drains you. Bad stress is stress that drains you. For example, stress na nakaka-drain. Okay? Negatively nakakapagod. Example, a toxic friend, toxic colleague, toxic boss, or a family member. Interacting with that person, nakakapagod siya. Negative stress yun. Okay? Or what people will call bad stress. Ano ba? Unhealthy diet. That is also bad stress. Okay? Ano pa? Yes, tinatamaan ka ba, bro Sean? Ako rin, actually. Okay? This is something I'm learning every day. Okay? Pero medyo nasa serious part tayo dahil totoo ito. Okay? Substance abuse. Okay? Bad stress. Nakaka-trigger ng substance abuse. Ano yung sinasabi ko dito? Droga, alcohol, cigarettes, kung ano man masama na substance. Okay? Substance abuse. Dahil sa bad stress yun. Alright? Good stress naman. Examples ng good stress. Pag nag-exercise ka, sinestress mo yung katawan mo yung muscles mo Masakit yan Pero bakit mo ginagawa? Siyempre, gusto mo sexy tayo, gusto mo pogi tayo, maganda tayo. Di ba? So, we want to experience a form or a nice self-image of ourselves. Good stress, ano pa ba? Pag meron tayong deadline, good stress yan. Okay, sobrang importante na ma-hit natin yung deadline na yun. So, actually, yung stress na naramdaman natin na yun, it helps us to grow. Okay, professionally, personally. Ang favorite kong stress is public speaking. Kung hindi niyo po alam, sobrang stress ko ngayon. Magaling na ako magtago kasi I've been doing it for 5 years na. Okay, pero hindi naman nawawala yung stress ng public speaking. Good stress lang siya. Hopefully, nasagot ko po yung tanong. Meron pa ba, Bro Sean?
Yes. How do you address the people who are always negative? Nakaka-stress na rin kasing makinig minsan. Maganda to. Maganda pala ito.
Sobrang ganda na ito. Alright, number 1. Okay, at babalik ako sa kanina. What's your relationship with stress? Kasi kung ano yung relationship mo with stress, let's say kung negative mo siya i-address Kung relationship mo with stress is positive mo siya i-address. Example po, naglalakad kami ni Bro Sean, okay, sa labas, assuming wala ng COVID or at least naka-mask at face shield kami. Naglalakad kami. Okay, may hawak akong baso. At ang laman nun ay sobrang sarap na kape. Okay? Ito naman si Bro Sean, naglalakad, naka-cellphone, walang pake sa mundo, nabangga niya ako. Okay? And then, ang nangyari? Syempre, nabuhos yung kape. Okay? Bakit kape yung nabuhos sa baso ko? Obviously, kasi kape yung laman ng baso ko. Okay? Now, how does that relate to anything? Ano po ang laman ng baso nyo? Okay, kung negativity yung laman ng baso nyo, that's how you're going to address negative people. Kung positivity yung laman ng baso nyo, that's how you will address negativity. Okay? When you address negativity, go. Go lang, go.
Alex, sabi nga, di ba, hindi naman yung reaction ng iba yung nagmamatters What matters most is the reaction of you. Sorry, dun sa reaction ng iba.
Yes, definitely. I think there's a quote, Bro Sean, may quote yan Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Tama ba?
Yeah.
Or baliktad ba ako? 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it.
Ayun. Basta ang importante is yung reaction mo dun sa reaction ng iba. Di ba? Parang yun yung control natin yung reaction. Anyway, ang galing.
There you go. Okay, that's how you address negativity. You don't address it with negativity. You don't fight fire with fire. Okay? Walang mangyayari. A minus plus a minus, it still equals 0. Okay? You work on yourself first. You work on that positivity. All right? Meron pa ba? Bago ako pumunta sa sa technique number 2. Okay, go. Let's say alam mo na good stress siya. But it turned out to be bad stress. Okay, tulad ng sabi ko po kanina, Bro Carl, salamat po sa tanong, is the most important thing about stress is na-identify mo siya. Okay, kailangan mong i-identify kung ano yung meaning ng stress para sa'yo at kung ano yung trigger ng physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual trigger yun sa'yo. Okay? And then, kung nalaman mo, okay, akala ko good pala, yung pala hindi. Alright? So, pag nalaman mo na bad stress na, it would be good to avoid it. Kasi part of creating a healthy relationship is creating healthy boundaries. Okay, once again, part of creating a healthy relationship with stress is creating healthy boundaries. Ngayon, this is easier said than done. Okay, kasi minsan wala tayong choice. For example po, Bro Carl, no? Paano kung yung nakaka-stress sa akin is yung family member ko? Siyempre, hindi mo naman, tapos dito pa siya nakatira sa bahay. Siyempre, hindi mo ma-avoid yun eh. Paano kung ang nakaka-stress sa'yo mismo is yung COVID-19? Eh, hindi mo na. Sa ngayon, ang dami pang nangyayari. Hindi natin ma-avoid yan. So, babalik po tayo sa kanina. Alright? Yung pinag-usapan namin ni Sean, alright, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Ine-empower po kita, Bro Carl, na i-change yung mindset nyo about good and bad stress by once again asking 3 questions. What can you learn from it? What's positive about it? And what can you make you smile at the moment? Okay? Ayan. So hopefully po, nasagot ko yung tanong. Next. Okay.
May isa pa. Hello, good.
Go lang.
Sir. Hello, JC. Hello. Anong pwede ninyong i-suggest na exercise pwedeng gawin sa workplace to reduce stress, return, and burn effects of routine tasks?
Okay, this is a good question kasi lalo na dahil may pandemic, ang dali lang sana mag-walk out, maglakad-lakad sa labas, no? Pero obviously, it's not something we can do most of the time now. So, we're stuck dito sa cubicle natin, sa opisina, or kung sino man yung nag-work from home, stuck tayo dito. The first thing you can learn to practice is breathing. Breathing, okay? Not shallow breathing, whatever. I'm talking about deep breaths. Hindi rin naman meditation, pero mindful breathing. Humihinga ka. Okay? Sa mga nag-yosi dyan, actually, sa mga nag-yosi, diba? So, nag-yosi kayo kasi stress reliever. Actually, ang stress reliever hindi yung sigarilyo. It's breathing. Okay? The stress reliever is to breathe. So, ang pinaka-practical po na pwedeng gawin is huminga ng malalim. Regardless of how many breaths you need to take, you could quickly YouTube or Google mga ibang, alam ko may mga ibang techniques on how to breathe. Pero para sa akin, 10 deep breaths lang, mindfully, okay, humihinga ka, so nag-ground ka ulit, nasa center ka ulit. Okay, hopefully nasagot ko po yung tanong, JC. Ayan. Alright, meron pa ba?
Magbasa tayo ng mga comment. May 2 ditong comments na.
Go, yes po.
Affirmation. Sir, ang galing po ninyo. Magsalita. Ikaw magbasa para ma-feel mo.
Okay. Galing po niyo magsalita at hindi mo po halata kayong stress kasi you have strong personality po. May question ako. Sir, stress kami kasi laging stress sa amin mga customers na binibentahan namin ng CCTV. That's a good product. Ano po kaya magandang icebreaker para maging mas friendly sila sa amin? Okay. So, nandito tayo sa sales, okay? Very stressful yung trabaho ng sales. Okay, ngayon, sorry, anong pangalan? Okay, walang pangalan, Centec Global Solutions. Okay, so it's a company. Kung sino man po yung nasa likod ng screen ng Centec, ito po yung posibleng solusyon. Okay? Number 1 is you need to identify kung bakit naramdaman yun ng mga customer nyo. Okay? Before you even attempt to solve a problem, identify nyo kung ano yung stressors na nararamdaman ng mga customers nyo behind yung CCTV. Okay, before you even go for an icebreaker or whatever. Okay, identify nyo kung ano yung nakaka-stress sa kanila. Okay, ngayon, kayo yung mga subject matter expert, wala akong masyadong knowledge on CCTVs, kaya hindi ko masasagot kung ano ba yung mga stressors nila. But it's a good question to ask yourself. Ano ba yung mga stressors ng mga kliyente ko? Posibleng nararamdaman nilang stress, and how do I think are they defining it? Doon mo mahuhugot yung sagot at yung mga icebreaker. Okay? Yung icebreaker, switch that to empathy. Okay? Ngayon, ang empathy is, masasabi niyo pong, sir, ma'am, naiintindihan ko po yung problema nyo. Naiintindihan ko po yung nararamdaman nyo. At ito yung pwede namin gawin. Okay, you cannot facilitate an icebreaker or empathy kung hindi nyo naiintindihan yung problema at stressors at kung ano man nararamdaman ng kliyente nyo. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out, all right? Identify kung ano yung stressors ng target market or ng clients nyo, and then show them empathy. After ng empathy, call to action, may execution. Paano nyo aayusin? Agad-agad. Okay, kasi ang gusto naman ni client, ayusin Ayusin yung problema. At kayo yung nasa posisyon to solve their problems. Hopefully, nasagot yan, Centec Global Solutions. Thank you. All right, is there anyone else?
Yes.
Okay.
We have 2 more.
Go.
Very impressive.
Salamat po.
Sir Alex, very
Pinoy.
impressive.
Thank you.
Salamat po.
Thank you.
Empowered Pinoy. Hello po sa inyo lahat.
Okay.
And kay Shida. Hello, Shida. When to go to
Hi, Shida.
therapy or ask for medical help since for now, tabu pa siya sa Pinas.
Okay, this is a very, very good question. All right. Sobrang sensitive ng topic ng mental health. And yes, it is true. Sobrang tabu siya sa Philippines. Okay, lalo na sa mga lalaki. All right? Na for some reason bawal tayo magpakita ng emosyon. Okay? Na may nararamdaman tayo or whatever. Okay? Ang importante diyan is to identify. Once again, importante na na-identify natin eh. So, ganito kasi nangyayari, no? Sinasabi lang natin na, kamusta yung araw mo, bro Sean? Oh, bro Alex, sobrang stress.
Yeah.
Bakit? Kasi ang dami kong ganito, dami kong ganyan. Dami kong ganito, dami kong ganyan. Alright, kaya sobrang stress. Wala nang follow-up question after nun eh. You need to dig deep. You need to ask the right questions. Okay? I would suggest therapy when you're feeling mild anxiety and depression, kung na-isolate mo yung sarili mo. Kasi dun papunta yun eh. Wala kang gustong usapin, wala kang gustong gawin. And while it is taboo, hindi mo naman kailangan i-post sa social media, pakita sa mundo na may pinagdadaanan ka eh. You just need to reach out to the right people. Okay? Sana may ma-flash tayong hotline for mental health dito. It's very important kung meron man tayo, or at least may mag-comment sana sa comments natin para meron tayong number or pwedeng kontakin po para maka-reach out tayo kaagad. Kung sino man kayo. Okay, kung sino man 'yon. You don't need to stand up for anything, but it's important you inform the right people. Kung meron kayong symptoms na isolation, symptoms ng paranoia, and overall just sad about everything or anything, find a support group, find someone to talk to, someone safe, someone safe to talk to po. Okay, so ano pong ibig sabihin ko sa someone safe? Someone yung obviously hindi ka ikakalat yung kung ano man naramdaman nyo. Someone who isn't yung meron kasing tinatawag na toxic positivity eh. Yung, bro Sean, okay lang yan, kaya mo yan, whatever. Okay, wag tayong maghanap ng ganun. Someone who is educated, informed, and who can actually help you, who gives you a safe space. So hopefully, Shida, nasagot po yun. Alright. Meron pa ba?
I think yun lang lahat.
Okay, yun lang ba? Alright. So I encourage everyone, sobrang salamat. I encourage everyone to continue engaging. Sobrang interactive ng ng talk. Bro Sean, ikaw ba? Meron ka bang tanong sa akin? Hindi kita natanong. Ikaw ba? Alam kong para sa iyo din ito.
Yeah, may tanong ako eh kasi marami akong mga kaibigan na stress. Hindi lang naman sa relationship but sa corporate world. Ayan. And yun nga, sabi ko sa iyo, and nag-research din ako, sabi sa American Institute, 120,000 people die every year. Yes, because of work-related stress. So, ang question ko doon, ano sa tingin mo ang pinaka makakatulong hindi lang sa mga OFW, hindi lang sa mga pamilya nila, but yun din nasa mga corporate world, sa Pinas or kahit man sa panig ng mundo? Ano sa tingin mo yung isa sa mga makakatulong sa kanila?
Okay, so this is a very sensitive question kasi nanggagaling ako sa place na masaya ako sa work ko eh. So, pero dumaan din ako sa time na I think it was 6 years ago bago ako naging full-time entrepreneur wherein hindi ako masyadong ka-passionate at masaya sa trabaho ko. So, alam ko yung nararamdaman nyo, yung stress na yon. Lalo na ngayon, okay, with the pandemic, everything going on, stressful talaga yung work, yung mundo natin in general. And sometimes even, sana hindi, pero sometimes even the people that we work with. Okay? So, kung ano man yung nararamdaman nyo about that, na-acknowledge ko kayo. Okay? And a number one para sa akin, what worked for me and hopefully gumana rin para sa inyo is you need to find a deeper meaning for your work. So specifically tayo sa work culture, okay? You need to find a deeper meaning. Maghanap kayo ng mag-search within, okay? Malalim, dig deep within for a strong, deeper meaning on why you do what you do. Kung ano man yan. Kasi ang challenge na meron tayo that we have to overcome when it comes to stress at work is our own psychology. Okay? Once again, ano ba yung relationship natin with stress? Ano ba yung mga triggers natin? Pero to add to that, bakit ako nandito? Bakit ito yung trabaho ko? Ba't ko ginagawa to? Iba-iba yung why natin So, pwedeng ang why mo is sa family. Lalo na sa culture natin, very big ang mga Filipinos and family, especially kung kahit OFE kayo. I'm sure nadala nyo yung culture of being or prioritizing family first. So that could be your number one why. Okay? Kahit sobrang crappy or hirap ng environment sa work, pag alam mo kung bakit ginagawa mo or at least para kanino mo ginagawa mo, you'll be able to have clarity and direction eh. Okay? A lot of people, mga tayo minsan and not just Filipinos but everyone in general. Mga zombie tayo minsan eh. Okay?
Yes.
Alam mo yun, may tinatamaan ba dito? Pero dati alam ko zombie ako. Okay? Nagtatrabaho lang ako for the sake of working. Or yung mga reasons ko, sobrang baba. Ibig sabihin, okay, nagtatrabaho ako kasi gusto kong bumili ng bagong iPhone. Nagtatrabaho ako kasi, alam mo yan, kasi gusto kong sumabay sa kung ano man yung trend. O nagtatrabaho ako kasi gusto kong ipakita sa IG na iba yung lifestyle ko. At iba pa. Alright? Find deeper meanings. Okay? Pwedeng family, pwedeng goals. Kung ano man, once again, iba-iba yung why natin sa buhay. I-share ko lang yung why ko. Okay lang, bro, Sean. Yung why ko, kaya ako nagigising araw-araw. Ibig sabihin, pag si bro Sean, tinawagan niya ako mamayang 3 a.m. Oh, Alex, ba't ka magigising mamaya? Kasi, I want to enable progress sa mga tao. Anong ibig sabihin ko doon? Okay? Progress means living a life with less anxiety and more satisfaction through stress and adversity management. Kasi pag na-manage natin yung stress natin, anong nangyayari? Nagpro-progress tayo, pataas tayo. Hindi tayo stuck. Pag sobrang overwhelmed na tayo sa lahat ng mga bagay-bagay, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we become stagnant Nagpa-plateau tayo. We become stuck. Ganun yung nangyayari. Walang saya dun Di ba kanina may statistics si Gallup, 86% in 2016. 86% of people are unhappy. Why is that? Para sa akin po, is because there's no progress. Okay? So, dahil walang progress, walang fulfillment, walang satisfaction, walang saya. Alright? So, I would like to be the one to enable yung progress para kay Sean, kay Shira, kay Janjan, kay Carl, Centec, and Pinoy, JC, sa lahat ng nakikinig, nanonood ngayon. Okay? Gusto ko kong ibigay yung progress na yun sa inyo. Okay? First, we have to remove kung ano man yung mga barriers na yun sa stress. Kasi sobrang laking barrier to progress yung stress. Sobrang laki. Alright, so hopefully nasagot ko yung tanong mo, Sean.
Thank you. Laking tulong.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Okay. Meron pa
And I
ba?
agree with you, I agree na find your why. Kasi
Yeah.
ako sa sarili ko lang na-stress ako kasi kapag yung ginagawa mo is hindi connected dun sa why mo. Nafe-feel mo yung stress kasi ayaw mo siyang gawin kasi nga hindi naman yun yung purpose mo. So,
Exactly.
I really encourage lahat ng nanonood, find your why.
Siguro i-add ko lang din, Sean, no? Kasi yung why natin, for example, yun nga, find your why, start with why, lahat ng mga sinasabi ni Simon Sinek and all of that.
Simon Sinek.
Yeah, right. Find your why, start with why. Hindi siya, sa totoo lang, very intimidating question siya. Like, bro, ano ba yung why mo? Sis, why mo? Ano ba? Okay? Ang intimidating nun. Lalo na kung lahat ng kasama mo, alam nila kung ano yung why nila. Tapos sa'yo, parang, wala ba akong purpose sa mundo na to? Ba't hindi ko mahanap yung why ko? Magta 30 years old na ako. Ano ba yung mga yan? Diba? So, in fact, baka nga maging counterproductive pa na tanungin yun. So, mag-transition na ako sa number 2. Okay?
Go.
Of yung technique, which is finding a deeper meaning, which is yung why natin. So, ito yun, okay? Ganito natin mahanap yung why. Of course, sobrang nakaka-stress yung hanapin yung purpose na, ano bang purpose ko sa mundo? Ano ba yung pwede kong maging why para lahat ng gagawin ko magiging aligned, magiging okay? Ano ba yung tamang why na yan? Paano ko malalaman na yung why ko is something na will help me succeed? Okay? So, meron po akong natutunan, actually not too long ago lang. I think it was basta before pandemic, when it comes to finding my why. So, 6 years na akong entrepreneur, no? Yung why ko, paiba-iba. Okay, so una, naging gusto ko kasing tumulong. Pangalawa, naging I want to find my voice so I can help other people find their voice as a public speaker. And then ngayon, ito, pangatlo, enabling progress. Yun yung naging why ko. So, the first thing you need to know about your why is, and I hope you guys are writing this down, wala po akong slide na ito. May summary mamaya, pero wala po akong slide, so pakisulat na lang po. Is that as you mature, as you get older, your why changes. Once again, as you mature, as you get older, your why changes. Ibig sabihin po, yung purpose nyo sa mundo, yung why nyo, hindi fix yan. Nagbabago yan. Nag-a-adapt yan. Okay? Yung end goal might be the same. Okay? Yung end goal natin, yung legacy natin, it may be the same. Kung saan tayo papunta, it may be the same. Pero how we go there, nag-iiba-iba yan. Okay? Hindi natin alam kung saan tayo dadalhin ng buhay eh. Okay, hindi natin masasabi. Pwede natin i-plot. Alam mo yan, i-plano natin para meron tayong clarity, meron tayong tinatawag na vision para sa sarili natin o para sa kumpanya, para sa pamilya natin. Pero hindi pa rin natin alam hindi 100% na yun yung ibibigay na realidad sa atin. Yung kung ano man yung vision natin na yun. So, the first thing I learned about finding your why is to understand na yung why mo nag-a-adapt, nagbabago. Okay? So, pampawala ng stress pagdating sa why, no? Tandaan niyo po, kung ano man yung naisip yung why ngayon, baka next year iba na yan. Kaya, huwag tayo mag-isip na kung ano man yung why ko, fix na to buong buhay ko. Let's say I'm 25 years old, nagtatrabaho ako overseas, ito yung why ko, ginagawa ko to para sa family ko, which is what I suppose most OFEs are doing. Diba? Ano ngayon, pag uwi mo sa Pilipinas, nakaset ka na, nakaipon ka na, nagtayo ka na ng bagong kumpanya dito. Alright? It could still be about your family, pero baka may nadagdag. Ngayon, dahil medyo mas matanda na ako, naghahanap na ako ng time freedom ngayon. Okay? So, yung why nyo, nagbabago yan. Remember not to be too pressured about finding a why. Kasi nagbabago lahat yan. All right. And the second thing that I learned about finding why, please write this down. All right. You don't actually find your why. Ikaw, you don't actually find it. Your why finds you. Okay. Once again, you don't find your why. Your why will find you. But, please write this down, you have to live responsibly first. Okay? Mahanap tayo ng why natin. Ibibigay sa atin ni God, ni universe, higher power, whoever you believe in. Ibibigay niya sa atin yung why natin as soon as we learn to live responsibly first. Not the other way around. Yung pag nahanap ko na yung why ko, dun pa lang ako magiging responsable sa buhay ko. Dun pa lang ako magte-take accountability. Hindi po ganun. Okay? You could live responsibly first. Siguro naman, alam niyo naman kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng living responsibly. Taking accountability. Taking ownership. Siguro naman, alam niyo, I don't need to expound too much on that. Okay? Kasi alam naman natin kung ano yung tama at ano yung mali. Alright? And alam naman natin what is right for us. Okay? Alam naman natin yun eh. Alam naman natin kung ano yung kailangan natin i-improve. Whether, once again, if it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Okay? Baka nagkukulang lang tayo sa execution. Dahil stress tayo. But that is what I am here for. Hopefully, nakakatulong pa rin ako sa inyo. So quickly, uulitin ko lang. Okay? You need your why. Remember not to be pressured kasi nagbabago yan. And also, when it comes to your why, it will most likely find you. And for your why to find you, para maging visible ka sa why mo, live responsibly. Save money. Develop yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of you. Your mental health. Work hard. Work responsibly. Huwag tayong pala absent. Huwag tayong pala inom. Huwag tayong, alam mo yun, alam niyo naman kung anong tama sa mali eh. Okay? I'm not going to expound on what it is. Alam niyo na sa sarili niyo kung tama ba yung ginagawa niyo o hindi. Sundan niyo lang po yung tama. Okay? Doon po tayo sa path of integrity. Okay? Let's not be corrupted within ourselves. Let's not betray ourselves. Okay? Doon tayo lagi sa kung ano man yung tama. Kasi, promise ko sa inyo, I am 32 years old now. And nalaman ko ito, once again, before pandemic, yung mga learnings na to, sobrang nagbago yung direction ng buhay ko. Okay? Mas masaya ako. And yung inner peace na naramdaman ko at this age, priceless siya. Hindi siya nabibili. Okay? Kaya yung pera, yung fame or anything, sana ma-experience yun para malaman nyo na hindi yun ang sagot. That's from Jim Carrey, by the way. Okay, he, paraphrasing lang ako, but he said something like, I wish everyone can experience getting what they want, whether it's money, fame, to learn that it's not the answer. Okay? Inner peace is satisfaction, fulfillment, living a life with no regrets. Okay? Alam kong nandito na tayo sa inner peace and all, no? Pero, alam nyo ba, kung i-manage nyo lang yung stress nyo ng tama, mag-progress tayo papunta doon. So actually, stress management, adversity management, gateway po ito to inner peace. It could give you more than what you're asking for, positively. All right, so that is number 2. Okay, finding a deeper meaning. And then, number 3, last but not least, managing your triggers. Okay, napag-usapan natin to kanina. Nung kausap ko si Bro Sean, sabi namin is life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you are reacting to it. All right? You need to learn so na-identify na natin kung ano yung stress, na-identify na natin kung anong nararamdaman natin. Ngayon, kailangan yung i-identify kung ano yung mga triggers na yon. May nagtanong po sa akin kanina, nakalimutan ko kung sino, pero sabi, ang tanong was how to address negativity, okay, or negative stress, negative people, anything like that. All right? How are you addressing that? How are you addressing your stress? Okay? Yan, thank you. How do you address the people who are always negative? Okay? Sometimes it's not just people. Can also be experiences. Sometimes ikaw yung negative. Okay? If not most of the time. All right? You can learn to have healthier triggers. Once again, you can learn to have healthier triggers. So, identify nyo muna kung ano mga triggers nyo. Tama ba yung triggers nyo o mali? For example, okay, let's say, so time during the pandemic, okay, mga OFE, I'm not sure kung saan man kayo sa mundo ngayon, mga OFE, pero I assume na pwede na kayong pumunta sa work. Okay, pwede na kayong mag-commute to and from work. You're actually in the office now. All right. So, sobrang nakaka-stress, ang daming deadline, ang daming kailangan gawin, ang daming confrontation, altercation, basta ang daming nangyari sa work. And then, yung trigger mo is pag-uwi mo, and then, let's say, uuwi ka sa significant other mo, or, so let's say, uuwi ka sa significant other mo, dahil sobrang stress ka, ang trigger mo is the behavior of being irate. Sobrang irritable ka. Okay? At na-project mo yung negative stress na yon sa significant other mo. Or, let's say, you live alone, and then, ang nangyayari is, ang trigger mo is, dahil sobrang stress ka, okay, mag-overeat na lang ako. Kain na lang ako ng junk food, kain na lang ako ng whatever things that are not healthy for me, substance abuse, inom na ako ng inom, yos na lang ako ng yosi. Whatever. Alamin nyo kung, identify nyo kung ano yung mga triggers na yan. And you'll know naman if it's negative or positive. All right? Whatever negative triggers you may have, identify it, change it with positive triggers. Okay? For example, sobrang stress sa work. Uuwi ka ngayon sa significant other mo. Bago mo i-project yung stress na yan, pwede mo naman sabihin sa kanya, babe, hun, wife, whatever, darling, beloved, whatever you call your significant other, gusto ko lang malaman mo na sobrang stressed ako. Ang dami kong pinagdaanan sa work. Kaya kung may ipakita, kung meron akong mapakita sa'yo na sobrang slight na mood swing na hindi ganun kaganda, hindi ko sinasadya yun. Sana magkaroon ka ng mas maraming pasensya sa akin. Okay? And then siguro I'll take a quick shower. Kain lang din muna ako para nasa tamang mindset or state ako para magkwento sa'yo sa kung anong nangyari. Okay? Ang dali lang sabihin nun. It takes like 5 seconds to say that. Diba? Ano tingin mo, Pro Sean?
Yes, napakadaling sabihin. Pero, pag nating natin sa execution, laging kalaban natin is yung
Exactly.
fear, anong sasabihin ng iba, baka magalit, or napakadaming reasons. Pero ako based on my experience, disregard it as long as alam mo na hindi ka mananakit or hindi ka makakasakit.
There you go. Okay. Very important yan.
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry.
May questions? Go.
Try natin, magbasa muna ng mga comments.
Yes.
Yeah. When to go to end it na sabi ko na to kanina.
Okay, we're done with that. Okay.
Yeah. Man, this episode is really good. Salamat po.
Thank you. Thank you, JC.
Madaming pwedeng i-relay sa colleagues, friends, family.
Naka-record naman ito, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I think si Sir JC is naging speaker na rin sa OFE. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you sa
JC.
affirmation.
All right. Let's see.
Happiness is progress, sabi ni Shida. From happiness
There you go.
project. Ganda.
May
Tama.
quote pala talaga yan. Thank you. Hindi ko alam may quote pala talaga yan. Thank you, Shira.
How would you handle if you lost someone dearest to you?
Okay.
Hirap?
Actually, maganda siyang tanong. Alright? So, salamat po, Jan. Okay, so ito, ganito yan. Alright, meron tayong tinatawag na technique called accepting stress. Tanggapin natin. So, for example, ako yan. Sa tanong niyo po for example, ako yan. Nawala sa akin yung pet ko, my pet dog, pet cat, or my best friend, whoever. Knock on wood, no? Sana naman hindi. Pero let's say ako yan. Okay? As long as hindi ko matanggap na nangyari yung sitwasyon na yun, as long as hindi ko matanggap yung reality na yun, I'll never be able to move on. And because I'm not moving on, I'll always be stressed. Okay, hindi ko naman sinasabi na kailangan ko mag-move on agad. Walang ganun. Take your time, obviously. Take care of yourself, obviously. Pero, ang ultimatum niyan is acceptance. So, ang dami yan. Meron tayong denial stage and all of that. Pero, ang ultimatum talaga niyan is as soon as you can accept yung reality na nawala sa'yo yung dearest someone or something na yun, you'll always be stressed. Pero once again, hindi ito madaling process or hindi ito mabilis pala. And yes, hindi rin naman ito madali. Right? Kaya, take your time with it. Okay? Alagaan niyo po yung sarili niyo with that.
May comment ako dito. Sorry,
Go.
Alex.
Yeah,
May
okay.
nabasa ako kasi ako na may nawala din sa akin. Na ka-close kong tao, pero matagal na naman.
Sorry.
2018 yata o 2019. Yun. So, ayun, nagre-research ako and then I found something strong dun kay Robin Sharma.
Robin Sharma, love that guy.
Yes. Feel it to heal it. Napaka-powerful nun. Yeah. Sobrang hirap gawin, sa totoo, pag may nawala naman talaga. Pero wala namang ibang way to go straight doon sa sakit na nararamdaman mo. Go straight within. Ibig sabihin, umiyak ka kung gusto mong umiyak, malungkot ka kung gusto mong malungkot. Yun daw yung pinakamabilis na way to recover. Pero ang sakit. Ang sakit.
Yeah, kasi confrontation siya. So, ano naman, I think it definitely helps. Maraming salamat, Roshan, for sharing that. No, I think it definitely helps. I believe, rather, that it definitely helps with accepting stress. It's part of the process. Pero yun nga, wala kaming sinasabi dito na mabilis o madali itong gawin. Okay? Wala kaming sinasabi na ganun. Disclaimer lang din po. Alright? Seek a support group if you can. Huwag niyo pong i-isolate yung sarili ninyo. Okay, seek a support group, talk to someone about it. Going back sa sinabi ni Shida, I believe it was, na taboo yung topic. Have a support group for it. Talk to someone. And, ayan po, thank you, Sean. And also, not just talking to someone outside, no, your friend, family, or therapist, pero bantayan nyo rin po yung internal dialogue ninyo. Bantayan nyo po yung internal dialogue nyo. How you talk to yourself about it. Kasalanan ko kasi ganito. O, dahil dapat ginawa mo to. O, dapat may sinabi ako sa kanya bago siya nawala. Hindi ko nasabi. Okay? Ang hirap. So, you tend to guilt trip yourself. Sinasaktan mo sarili mo. So, bantayan nyo po yung internal dialogue nyo rin. Okay? Ingatan nyo po yan. Alright? Yes. Hopefully na nasagot ko yan. Okay? Meron pa ba?
Eto.
Okay.
Yan.
Hi, Jasmine.
Very thankful to my brother for bringing me here. Siksik liglig sa wisdom. Totoo po. Nice-stress ako lately dahil sa paghahanap ng purpose. Question po, what can you advise to those who struggle to decide the career path to take dahil parang ang dami nilang gustong gawin or marami din silang capability? Or for some, feeling nila wala silang skills or talent. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to take a look at your your Facebook photo. Jasmine, very beautiful, but also very young. Okay? Meaning to say na meron kasi tayong society, and not just here in the Philippines, pero sa mga nakakaramdam din neto overseas, mga ka-OFE natin, is kailangan natin ng certainty. Ano ibig sabihin po ng certainty? Kailangan for some reason, kailangan naka-figure out na yung buong buhay natin. Okay, ganun yung yung society. They want us to have an idea of what life will be like from after graduating college all the way up to when you're 70 years old or whatever. So what I'm going to tell you right now, and sana bumaba yung stress, yung pressure dito. I'm telling you right now, you don't need to force yourself to figure everything out right now. If you were there kanina when I was talking about number 2, about finding your why, okay, you could come up with a quick why right now kasi magbabago din yan next year. And pangalawa po, live responsibly first. Okay? Find a job that you can work on first. At least find a job that gives you some sort of satisfaction. Okay? Ako, ang dami kong dinaanan na, before I became an entrepreneur in this industry, public speaker, dami kong dinaanan nung work. Sobrang dami. Okay? But at the same time, I was able to reinvent myself. And I think that's an important thing. Human beings continue to adapt, continue to change, continue to reinvent themselves. Paano ko ba nare-receive itong comment mo? Is ganito na, yun nga, kailangan naka-figure out na yung buong buhay ko. And at the same time, finding what I love to do is the ultimate goal. While that is the ultimate goal, what is right next to that is enjoying my process or trusting my process. Okay, kung ano man yung nararamdaman yung proseso, kung ano man yun, I want you to know na you're right where you need to be. Okay? Kaya nga, siguro there's a reason for you listening to me right now. And I want you to know na for me, that reason is to let you know you don't have to be stressed about it. You don't have to be pressured about it. Sino bang nagsasabi sa'yo na dapat alam mo na yung buong buhay mo? Naka-figure out na yung buong buhay mo ngayon? Who's telling you that? Baka sarili mo lang. If it is, then that's great because you have full control over it. If it's someone else, hayaan mo muna sila kasi hindi naman, buhay mo yan eh. That's not their life. Okay? Mga suggestions lang yan. Tandaan mo, you still have full control over how you're going to react over everything. Hopefully, Jasmine, nakatulong yun sa'yo. Alright? Meron pa ba, bro?
Yes, from the founder.
Thank you. Part 2, sige ba? Okay, go lang. Marami akong masasabi. Tulad ng sabi ko kanina, itong stress management, 7 hours ko pinag-usapan to. This is actually a 7-hour webinar. Obviously, we don't have that time. So, mabibigay ko lang yung kaya ko pong ibigay within the small time that I have. Actually, I think nadaanan na natin yung top 3, no? So, okay lang ba, Bro Sean, mag-share ako ng screen ko, ng slide ko.
Yes,
ang i-share ko is yung summary sa mga hindi sa mga bagong dating lang or sa mga hindi na isulat yung mga nakwento ko kanina. You can always watch the recording or take a look at these slides. Okay? Ayan. So, bring it all together. Number 1 po, take responsibility for creating a healthy relationship with your stress. That's number 1. Number 2, manage your triggers. Number 3, find a deeper meaning for the stress you feel. So, basically, yung number 3 is finding your why. Number 2, identify nyo kung ano yung behavior nyo after feeling stress. Ano ba yung mga triggers na yun? And ano ba yung nakaka-trigger na yun? For example, nag-iossi tayo. Okay? Ako, actually, I think the 13th now, 4 days ago, 1 year na ako nicotine and addiction free. So, all right. Maraming salamat. Okay, thank you. So, in-identify ko, ano ba yung mga triggers ko? Bakit ako napapayosi? Okay? Identify what those triggers are. And then you'll be able to manage them and ultimately stop if you want to.
I agree doon, Alex. Ako 5 years na. From 13 years smoking, 5 years na akong nagbabayo.
Congrats. Yeah, congrats.
I agree. Pag nakita mo yung triggers, like for example, ako alcohol, alisin ko muna yung alcohol for that specific time na wala yung yosi. Ayan.
Exactly. Alcohol, hand in hand yun eh. Lalo na kape. Di ba? Alcohol, coffee, yan.
Kape.
Di ba?
Yes.
So, identify nyo kung ano yung triggers. Okay? Obviously, hindi lang ito sa mga nag-yosi, no? Sa lahat. Lalo na sa mga ka-OFE natin dyan. Ano ba yung triggers nyo ng stress? And then, ano yung behavior nyo after ng stress? What happens? Okay? I-educate nyo yung sarili nyo. Kasi, nasa inyo naman yung sagot eh. Okay? Yung nararamdaman kong stress, mga triggers ko, hindi naman same sa mga stress and triggers nyo eh. The answer is within you. And then, take responsibility for creating a healthy relationship with stress. Tandaan nyo po, while ang daming mga bagay-bagay sa mundo na wala sa control natin, ang control talaga natin is self-control. So, sundan nyo po yung self-control na yan. Pero once again, hindi madali. It takes time. Okay? Hindi siya madali. Alright? But, you need to practice. Hindi yung magpa-practice ka pa lang dahil meron ka ng nararamdaman na sakit o dahil hiniwalayan ka ng significant other mo o dahil, alam mo yun, don't live responsibly now. Don't live responsibly when you're unhappy or pag may nangyari sa buhay nyo na hindi maganda. Don't wait for something bad to happen for you to live responsibly. You can actually live responsibly now, tomorrow, like kagad. Okay, so I urge everyone to do so. All right, so yan, top 3 yan. I actually have one more thing I want to teach everyone, and this is on my next slide. Okay, ito yung entrepreneurial key learning ko. So, nakwento ko po sa inyo lahat na meron akong journey na pinagdaanan going almost 6 years from now. Or almost 6 years now. Wala. And if there's one thing that I want to impart to everyone, it's this. So, hopefully you're able to write this down, or kung gamit nyo yung cellphone nyo, screenshot, or take a photo of this slide. Yes, sa inyo na po ito. It is to discern what is good from what is right and follow what is right. So, anong ibig sabihin doon? May tanong po ako para sa inyo. Lalo na ikaw, Bro Sean, no? Ano yung opposite ng good thing? Ano tingin niyo po? What is the opposite of the good thing? What do you guys think? You can comment. Pwede kayo mag-comment, ha? Bro Sean, sige, what's the opposite of the good thing? Anong unang lumalabas sa isip natin? What's the opposite of the good thing? Unang lumalabas sa isip natin. I think the answer is obvious. Di ba? Unang lumalabas sa... yeah, absolutely. Yes. It's the bad thing.
Bad things. Mga negative things na nangyayari.
Exactly.
At the same time, yun nga, yung mga triggers mo sa stress.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Sa totoo lang, the opposite of the good thing, it's not the bad thing. Kasi lahat naman tayo dito, we're all smart enough not to do the bad thing. Okay? If you believe in a certain faith, you will know na God put you in a position where He knows that alam mo naman what is right from wrong. You know what is right from wrong. Obviously, you're not going to do the wrong thing. Diba? Okay? So, the opposite of what is good actually is what is right. So, paano po ba yan? Magsa-stop screen na ako sandali para mag-focus sa akin. Alright? Ayan. So, ang ano natin dito, what is good from what is right? So, let me give you examples. Okay? For example, let's talk about friendship. Okay? Ngayon, and this is real, okay? I learned this. How did I learn that? This is how. Let's start with friendship. Meron akong kaibigan before. Actually, may kaibigan pa rin kami ngayon, pero hanggang arm's length na lang siya. Medyo loving from a distance yung nangyayari ngayon. Okay? So, ang kwento nun is, best friend ko yan. We've been friends for like 10 years before. And for me, it was good to be his best friend because medyo sobrang introverted type siya and hindi siya masyadong paano ba? Socially awkward siya. Medyo socially awkward talaga siya. All right? And he was bullied a lot and na-isolate niya yung sarili niya. Okay? And I was like, you know what? Let me be this person's friend. I want to be this person's friend because I want to help him. Okay? And it turns out marami din kaming things in common. And ultimately, it led to us being best friends. Pero as time went by, 10 years, no? As time went by, na-identify ko na nasa-stress ako. And na-identify ko, nasa-stress ako pag kasama ko siya. So, na-classify ko siya as a toxic friend. Okay? While it was good for me to be his friend, to be there for him, pag may pinagdadaanan siya, and lagi siyang may pinagdadaanan, hindi po nauubos yan. Okay, sana ngayon wala na, pero nung magkasama talaga kami, ang dami. And nahihila niya ako eh. So, ang toxic. Alright? And para sa akin, hindi tama. Tops, kumusta? Okay? Hindi tama yung friendship na yun. Why? Because it was toxic. It was good that I was his friend, but it wasn't right for me. Kasi naapektuhan yung stress levels ko. Tumataas yung stress levels ko. Yung relationship ko with him, nako-compromise. Yung mental health ko nako-compromise pag kasama ko siya, na-disrupt yung buhay ko. Kasi I have to, sometimes I end up uma-absent, nag-aawal na ako sa work, bigla na lang ako nawawala sa work so I could be there for this person. Ang hirap eh, nakaka-disrupt talaga. So, while it is good, yung ginagawa ko, tama ba siya? So, obviously, hindi. Okay? Kasi nako-compromise yung values ko. Yung mental health ko nako-compromise. So, hindi siya tama. Yung beliefs ko nako-compromise din. Hindi siya tama. Okay? Another example, relationships naman. I was in a relationship with this woman before and I felt yung significance na, okay, ganito pala yung feeling na minamahal ako. Ganito pala yung feeling na inaalagaan ako. Meron akong security when it comes with love. Okay, obviously I have lots of security now. Shout out to my fiance M, if you're there, mag-comment ka naman. Okay, pero before yung security na yon, yung kapalit ng security na yon, is yung mental health ko rin. Kasi she was verbally abusive. Okay? Sa mga nakakilala sa akin bilang podcaster, lagi kong pinag-uusapan yung 5 Languages of Love by Dr. Gary Chapman. And sa mga hindi familiar, paki-check na lang po, Gary Chapman, 5 Love Languages of Love. Sa Google, words of affirmation po ako. Yun yung highest love language ko. So, sobrang nasasaktan ako pag verbally abusive yung karelasyon ko. And I wasn't able to identify that before. Okay? When I did identify it na, okay, wow, si Alex, okay, or rather si Alex, ako, na-identify ko na, okay, while nasa akin yung good na relationship security, at the same time, na emotionally, mentally, spiritually, I was abused. And sobrang hirap nun. Ang tagal din nun bago ako nagkaroon ng realization na tama pa ba to? Tama pa ba yung relationship na to? Okay? And of course at that time when I realized that hindi. While it was good for me kasi meron akong security, I didn't have yung mental, emotional, spiritual security. Nako-compromise siya. So, was it right? Absolutely not. My last example, before I became an entrepreneur, nakwento ko almost 6 years ago, I was working for a bank. Ganda ng sahod, everyone. Sobrang ganda ng sahod, sobrang ganda ng benefits, sobrang ganda ng basically everything na sustain ko yung isang malupit na lifestyle. Nabibili ko yung gusto ko and nakapag-provide ako sa family ko, sa sarili ko. And it was just awesome. Okay? But dito, I didn't feel fulfilled. Wala akong naramdaman na satisfaction, inner whatever you call it, inner peace, inner happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment. Yan. Wala akong naramdaman na mas malalim. Very surface level lahat. Okay. So, yun yung naging driving factor ko when I took the leap to become an entrepreneur. Okay. Obviously, when I was starting out, my first year, compared sa kinikita ko before, sobrang baba. Okay? Pero yung naging driving factor ko at that time, hindi na siya, it wasn't just about money anymore. It was about happiness. Okay, hindi ganun kalaki yung kinikita ko before, pero ngayon, yung return of investment ko, it's spiritual currency, mental, emotional currency. Okay? And yung currency na yun, it's just priceless. It's not something na you can buy. And that's something that I experienced until now. Well, obviously, maganda na yung kita ngayon. I'm usually for speaking engagement, I get paid $1,000 a minute. Okay? And that's so much more than what I made before. Pero it took all these years for me to reach this level. But I was already living responsibly and choosing the right thing. If I didn't choose the right thing, which was my inner voice, or whatever you want to call it, inner voice, inner child, I like to call it internal GPS. Yung nagbe-blink na ilaw within you na, hoy, sundan mo to. Kasi dito yung tama. Dito ka. Alam kong mahirap, pero kasi mas lalong magiging mahirap yan para sa'yo if you continue to ignore that internal GPS, that blinking light, or that inner child, that inner voice. If you continue to ignore it, as you grow older, dumadagdag yung mga responsibilities mo sa buhay, mas lalong humihirap yung path. So at this ripe age of 32, I did the right thing, and now I get to experience all the success that life has to give me and more. Etong pandemic, I don't mean to sound ignorant to other people, but because I did the right thing for me, and yung mga iba dyan, iba yung what the right thing means for you, iba yan. Alright? Pero yung integrity ko, yung tama para sa akin, sinundan ko yun. Kung ano man yung tama para sa inyo, i-identify nyo yun. And hopefully, sa message ko na ito, eventually masusundan nyo rin. But going back, itong pandemic, almost 2 years, one of the best almost 2 years of my life. Why? Because last year na-engaged ko to my fiance. I was engaged last year. Definitely the best. Nag-propose ako sa kanya sa bahay, sa kama. Kasi, di ba, bawal lumabas. Sobrang, it was such a life-changing moment for me that I'll never forget. Also, I was able to start 2 businesses. One podcast is a pandemic-born business and another yung NYC Manila Speaker Summit, which is a virtual conference na mamaya pag-uusapan din natin. So stick around while you're here. Alam kong medyo matagal na tayo nag-uusap, pero marami pa akong masasabi. But going back, as long as you follow what is right, fly straight, as long as may integrity tayo sa sarili mo, sa buhay mo, everything will be okay eh. At tandaan niyo po, as long as you ignore that blinking light, that inner child, that inner voice, the more it's going to be difficult when you finally decide to follow it. So I urge you, follow it now. Follow that inner voice now. While it's easy, while you have the capacity to, follow that inner voice now. Because as you grow older, lalo na mga OFE, Overseas Filipino Entrepreneur, mas mahirap maging entrepreneur pag may anak ka na, pag may pamilya ka na. Kasi it's not just you making the decision or making the leap to becoming an entrepreneur, it's also your family making that leap with you. Handa ka na bang isama sila? Okay? So, ngayon pa lang, habang sana wala pa kayong masyadong responsibility sa buhay, or kung sino man yung may mga responsibility na, but gustong makaranas ng pagbabago sa buhay, follow that internal GPS. Or, once again, and I will share screen for those who missed it, follow what is right. Or be able to discern what is good, or be able to discern what is good from what is right and follow what is right. Hindi ko na kailangan i-explain kung ano yung tama sa mali. Alam niyo na po yan. Alright. Actually, yun lang po. Okay? Yung mga susunod na slides ay mga promotion na. So, Bro Sean, balik ka naman sa screen. May mga gusto bang magtanong sa akin?
Ang galing.
Yes, thank you.
Batiin natin sila.
Sige.
Ayan. Ito, thank you, super grateful. Yan. Thank you din, Jasmine, sa pag-comment sa pagtatanong.
Thank you, Tops. Okay, kaibigan ko si Tops. College days pa. Shout out kay Tops. Shout out sa'yo. Makita-kita tayo soon. Thank you, thank you.
And thank you, Lai. Ako rin, marami ako natutunan.
Sana. Thank you. Ayan, si Fiancé. Dahil sa kanya, kaya ako nagkakaroon ng energy para magsalita ngayon. Thank you.
Hindi lang po sa stress coach yan, ha? Pati po sa love.
Yes. Okay, baka yun na yung maging part 2 natin.
Wow, okay. Daming a-attend doon.
Yes, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Ayan. All right. So, yun na yung akin. Ikaw, Sean, meron ka bang final thoughts na gustong i-share?
Ako, favorite ko yung do not find your purpose. Make your purpose find you. Di ba? Yeah. Di ba parang ganun? Tama naman, tama talaga yun. And be responsible, di ba? Ayan. And,
exactly.
I-add ko lang doon, kung hindi mo mahanap yung purpose mo, make sure that you are chasing growth, maturity. Growth and maturity.
Growth mindset. Yeah.
Kasi kasi baka mamaya mamali na, hindi pala hanapin ng purpose, okay, bahala na kung kailan na lang dumating. Hindi po, gano'n, parang awa niyo.
Living responsibly nga, yeah, exactly.
Yes, tama si Sir Alex doon. And grabe, sobrang powerful ng mga natutunan ko ngayon, and yung talk na to, ang laking tulong sa akin din.
Thank you.
Sige. Magki-create ako ng good relationship sa stress ko. Sa ko. Gagawin ko siyang cheeks.
Please. Yes, please. Lambingin mo. Kulang sa lambing, bro eh.
Alam mo, stress mo ako, stress? Pues,
lambingin mo kasi.
Iahag kita.
Yan, lambingin mo kasi. Di ba? That's a good example. Mm-hmm.
Hindi ka mag-promote ka ng saan ka ba makokontak?
Yeah, for sure.
Ano bang next event mo? Yan.
Sige, sige. Actually, kung okay lang, ibalik natin yung slide, Bro Sean, no? So, hopefully sa talk na ito, na-earn ko yung like, yung follow, yung support ninyo. Na-mention ko po kanina, meron akong virtual conference company. Ang tawag po doon ay NYC Manila Speaker Summit. Ito po ay virtual conference na na-organize sa New York City and Manila. So, international yung community namin. And ngayong July 3 and 4, that's actually a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., meron po kaming fundraiser. So, in light of Pride Month, Happy Pride Month once again, ang focus ng fundraiser namin is inclusion, diversity, and equity for AAPI support. Ano po ibig sabihin ng mga AAPI? Sa mga ka-OFE natin, baka familiar kayo dito, lalo na kung nakatira kayo sa Amerika. Asian American and Pacific Islander support. So, ito po yung support natin for raising awareness for hashtag Stop Asian Hate. Okay? And we're going to celebrate this through music and awareness. Ibig sabihin, nag-invite po ako ng mga speakers at music performers to be able to spread yung awareness ng ideas, DEI, and Stop Asian Hate. So, hopefully sa lahat ng sinabi ko kanina, na-earn ko yung trust ninyo para makapag-donate kayo sa cause namin, which is ideas, and our beneficiaries would actually be CAAV, Womankind, and Asian Americans for Equality. You could take a quick screenshot of this. Ito yung GCash ng donations. May mag-appear na pangalan, Mary May Villanueva. Yun po si M, yung fiancé ko. Sa kanya po mapupunta lahat. Siya po kasi yung nagmamanage ng finances sa relationship namin. So, all of the donations will go to these three beneficiaries. Okay? Lahat, every drop, every penny, every peso will go to sa tatlong beneficiaries na nakikita nyo dito para masupport natin yung Stop Asian Hate. Kasi iba talaga yung nangyayari. Hindi maganda. Meron tayong mga violent hate crimes. Hindi maganda. Racism. Alam ko dito sa Philippines, halos hindi natin, well, very mildly na experience natin to. Very subtle. Pero, paano yung mga ka-OFE natin? Paano yung mga overseas Filipino entrepreneurs na nasa ibang bansa? Lalo na yung mga ka-OFE natin sa States na nakakaramdam ng racism. Para sa kanila po ito. So, hopefully, once again, na-earn ko yung trust ninyo sa talk ko today para makapag-donate tayo sa cause natin. Ang goal natin is at least $3,000. So more or less po, nasa 150,000 pesos po yun. Okay? And we have already started promotions. Tuloy lang po sila sa nyc-mnl-speakersummit.com sa Facebook. Okay? Hanapin nyo lang po. nyc-mnl Speaker Summit. Or I think wala atang dash yun. NYC MNL Speaker Summit pala sa Facebook. Madali lang kami hanapin. Nag-iisa lang kami na NYC Manila. And if you go to our Facebook, mas marami kayong makikita na information about our beneficiaries, about sa mga speakers. Marami tayong in-invite na iba-ibang mga Asians in Singapore, USA, London, and of course, dito sa Philippines. Happy Independence Day pala. Belated, I guess. Happy Independence Day pala sa ating lahat. Okay, so hopefully, ma-empower ko kayo to also help other people kasi this is the right thing to do. What is right is always helping yourself and other people. And last but not least, kung gusto nyo akong kontakin, kung may mga tanong kayo, once again, itong stress management, full day ko talaga pinag-uusapan to. Barely, parang iceberg pa lang ata. Yung tip of the iceberg pa lang. Okay? Yung nabigay ko sa inyong value, knowledge dito, ang dami pa. Okay? Tulad ng, paano ba sinusukat yung stress? Okay? Gumawa ako ng sistema para magkaroon tayo ng way para ma-measure yung stress natin, para alam natin kung saan ba tayo nang kukulang, alam natin kung paano natin aatakihin, or paano natin isa-strategize. Ito. Okay? So I've created a system to measure stress. I've also created a system para ma-measure natin yung why natin. Okay? So yung why, yung purpose, yes, nasusukat yan. So sa may mga tanong pa, or may gustong ibigay na testimony sa akin, or gusto pang open up lang sa akin, dahil kailangan ninyo ng kausap, pa-contact na lang po ako dito. Nandito po yung number ko, yung email ko, and also yung website ni NYC Manila Speaker Summit, nandyan na rin pala. Madali lang ako hanapin sa Facebook Alex Pedron, nag-iisa lang akong motivator. Okay, hanapin nyo na lang din po ako sa Facebook, sa Instagram, nandun din po ako. LinkedIn, doon din po ako. Mas active actually ako sa Instagram. Medyo marami akong nare-receive na messages sa Facebook. So kung gusto niyo akong kontakin personally, definitely sa Instagram, email, or my mobile number. I can give it to you kung kailangan nyo. Wala pala dito, but I can totally share it with everyone. Yun lang po ang sa akin. No? Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Sean, OFE, and sa mga audience natin, I'm truly honored. Thank you. Salamat. Bow.
Salamat, Alex. Salamat. 2 words to describe lang tong talk na to. Worth it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Guys, so paano? Sorry, overtime kami, pero worth it naman. Worth it yung pag-overtime. And salamat sa mga nag-stay, salamat sa mga nagtanong, salamat sa mga nag-comments, at salamat sa mga mag-share at manonood pa. And patuloy po tayo magtulungan na umunlad. Hindi lang po sa ating pamilya, pati po yung ibang tao na nangangailangan ng tulong. And God bless us all. Blessed Sunday, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you, mga ka-OFE. Bye.